Here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our telephone number. You're going to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. This is from MSNBC.com. It is written by somebody named Brian Alexander. He's the author of a book called America Unzipped: In Search of Sex and Satisfaction. Two different questions about the same topic. I'll read you the two questions. The headline is, cheating emotionally on your spouse. Is it wrong to rely on a friend to meet the needs your husband doesn't? The first question goes like this. I have been married for 30 years to the same woman. Over the last 2 years, I have become friends with another woman I know I cannot have and do not deserve to have. What does that mean? How can I get my mind and emotions under control? My friend and I have never had a sexual encounter. Yet. I added that. Here's the second question. My husband and I have been married for almost 8 years. I'm still madly in love with him. But for a long time, it has seemed like he just tolerates me. I work hard so he can be a stay-at-home dad. I see. You're fat. But he just sits around. Still, I don't want our relationship to end. The twist? I have a very good friend from high school who recently admitted he's loved me all this time, 16 years. We've developed an odd sort of relationship. He provides my emotional fulfillment, while my husband fulfills me physically. My friend knows I love my husband and doesn't want me to leave him. He just wants to help. It's a perfect arrangement for him, too, after several failed marriages. Is emotional cheating appropriate? Then said author goes ahead to give his answer to that. Let me just say the following. These two questions posed to this advice giver on MSNBC.com are further evidence of why people shouldn't get married. You wouldn't have to ask questions like this if you weren't married. Example. I have always said that there is no one-stop shopping. No one person fulfills all your needs. So getting married is a farce. Marriage vows are a lie that just about everyone is told at one time in their adult lives. Everyone. It is extremely rare. It is the exception to the rule by a mile that somebody meets every one of your needs. They're hot, they're thoughtful, they're considerate, they listen, they fulfill you emotionally, whatever that's supposed to mean. You understand, especially you gals out there, that if you weren't married, you could have the one hot guy who bangs the living crap out of you, You can have Poindexter, the caring, thoughtful nerd with the pocket protector who listens to your problems. The problems you have with the insensitive lout who bones you thoroughly. You can have your gay friends. You can talk to your ex-boyfriends. You can have sex with your first sweetheart when he comes to town for business, when he leaves his wife and the little kids back home. You can do essentially whatever you want, which is what many people are doing now, except they're hypocrites because they get married. It is wrong to get married and then to secretly pin your emotions on somebody else, to depend on somebody else to help you through the rough times or to listen to all your intimate thoughts. Worse yet, to have another person of the opposite sex who knows all the flaws and faults and shortcomings of the person you supposedly love that you took wedding vows with, you hypocrite. If you insist on being married, quietly, secretly confiding that person's shortcomings to another person of the opposite sex is an insult. It is cheating. Nothing I hate more than when I have been in a relationship with someone and I know the person I'm with has been telling others, forget about people of the opposite sex. That idea that the girls go out from mochaccino or whatever, and they sit around a table talking about my shortcomings, my difficulties, why I was a jerk that week or whatever. It's one of the many reasons I don't want to be in that kind of relationship. I don't want other people knowing about my private thoughts, my private time. I do not want to be in a position where I tell you everything I'm thinking and then you take it like so much entertainment material, and then you turn it over to your friends to be torn apart. You shouldn't be getting hugs from other people. You should be getting caresses from other people. You shouldn't be having people making appropriate noises. Is that so? Is that what he did to you? Come here, let me give you a hug. No. If you need to do that, you should get a divorce, you hypocrite. Am I wrong?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
I have an itchy rash.
Use only as directed, Grandma. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Do I miss AM radio?
I have an itchy rash.
And the death of AM radio, with the exception of our affiliates, of course.
I have an itchy rash.
1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number.
I had an itchy rash.
That's what it's like. How many years did I... This woman is probably dead by now. She died of a rash. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. We're talking about what they're calling emotional affairs, emotional cheating. Look, if you have to talk to somebody else of the opposite sex to get emotional satisfaction, get a goddamn divorce, you hypocrite. Seriously. 1-800-5800-TOM. I pressed the burp button there, by the way. Judy, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
How's it going, Tom?
Okay. Oh, this just in from the Gold Bond newsroom. Wait a second.
I had an itchy rash.
All right, more on that story as it develops.
You're too much, buddy. Hey.
Yes.
Hey, what do you do when it's the opposite sex talking trash like they do? If you think it's just women, you're wrong. It's men, too. They go out and talk crap to their friends, and then their friends repeat it to you, and they spread their emotional baggage around just as well.
Well, they don't do that to me because I don't date men.
You are so good. That's a really good thing.
It is a good thing. Well, nothing wrong with being gay. I just don't happen to be gay.
No. I can understand that.
Yes.
So what do you do then?
What do you do then?
I had
do you
an
do then?
itchy rash.
Itchy rash. Get some Gold Bond cream.
So you've been hypnotized by those commercials.
I just love them. My husband thinks I'm cheating on him because I leave for work an hour every day to listen to Tom Leykis.
You know what? I think this woman's having an affair. You know why?
I had an itchy rash.
I wish I had something itching down there, even if it was a rash.
At least you'd have something going on down there.
Exactly. Spend less time with the boys and more time at home. Maybe he'll find out if I got a rash or not.
That's right. If you come home with the Gold Bond, sister, we're going to know something's up.
Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe I'll buy it and just put it on the dresser and let him think.
I had an itchy rash.
Oh, my goodness.
You guys have too much fun. I'm jealous.
That's what we do. That's our gig,
so
sister. All right. Have fun over there, Judy.
All right, Tom. I'll see you later. Have a great day.
You too.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. This is Ken on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
First-time caller. Totally agree with you. If you do decide to get married, then you should have the respect for the person to talk to them about things you had problems with them. Come on. They
Or don't talk to anybody. How about you shut your trap?
Well, that's true, too. If you do decide to actually get married, which probably not a good idea for most people, but if you do get married, you should respect the person enough not to tell, like, all the little things that you have a problem with them about the other people. Other people don't need to know that stuff.
Well, I totally agree with you.
I just wanted to call and say that you're a very intelligent man, and, like, that is, like, the best thing is that if you are going to get married, you should respect the person enough not to tell their secrets to other people.
Don't tell my secrets to other people. You know what? Talk about your own shortcomings.
Yeah, like, I totally agree. Like, if you're having a problem with it, then you married the person.
I told him I don't want to have sex anymore. I told him. Well, talk about yourself. Yeah, if I want to gain 50 pounds, I'm going to gain 50 pounds.
Exactly.
And if he doesn't like it, tough.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, the women should talk about their own problems. They should not just be like, marry a person and the whole time complain. If you didn't realize the person was like that, then you shouldn't have got married to begin with. You didn't spend enough time with them.
All right, well, there goes your phone. But thank you for that. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. We're talking, well, it all started with a column on the MSNBC.com website about emotional cheating. And they ask, is it wrong to rely on a friend to meet the needs that your husband doesn't? And I say, yes, it is. Yes. If you can't talk to your husband, you married the wrong guy. Why can't people accept this? Why are women always trying to put a square peg into a round hole? If you can't talk to the guy you're with, you married the wrong guy. If the guy you're with can't give you an orgasm, you married the wrong guy. If you can't stand to listen to the guy you're with, you married the wrong guy. If you don't like the way he takes the garbage out, you married the wrong guy. If you feel the need to nag somebody 175 times an hour, you married the wrong guy. Why can't you accept the possibility that you are at fault? Why can't you take responsibility and then vote with your feet and get the hell out, sister? 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. You should not be telling somebody else all of your problems of the opposite sex. You just shouldn't be doing that, right? 1-800-5800-866. Paula on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Good afternoon, Tom. Can you hear me okay?
Why, yes.
Okay, it's good to talk to you. A big fan. My brother and his wife are the same way. You know, she pretended to like sports and pretended to like baseball and thought he was going to give all that up as soon as they got married, and she was shocked when he wouldn't stay home, you know, that kind of thing. I was like, well, duh. You know, what did you think? He knew baseball and sports long before he ever knew you. And she just bitches at him all the time every time he has ESPN on. It's really sad.
Yeah, women hear that ESPN music and they just have this natural, violent reaction to it.
Well, I like it. I guess, you know, I grew up in a house full of boys, so I kind of, you know, have a male mentality. I enjoy sports, and I certainly begrudge anybody, you know, the things that they like. That doesn't seem very nice, whether she likes shoes or he likes sports. That doesn't seem the right thing to do.
By the same token, if she likes shoes, she should be prepared to work overtime or get a second job to pay for it.
Absolutely, Tom. Well, it's Flash Friday. I can't wait. As soon as I see somebody, I'll be.
Well, that's tomorrow, dear. This is Thursday.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Oh, you know, I'm off tomorrow. I'm playing hooky, so it feels like a Friday.
Oh, I see. Well, show your knockers today. I'm sure nobody will mind.
Woo, I'll do what I can, Tom.
Sounds good to me, Paul.
Take care.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Here comes Anthony on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. Yeah, my wife started going to her best friend and, you know, putting out all of our little, you know, things here and there. And then I'd get instant messages at work from the best friend going, why don't you be a better husband? Why don't you be a better father? And I'm like, what? Who are you to tell me?
So what did you do about it?
Well, I ended up going over her house and cussing her out and threatening her, and she stopped doing it. But
no, but you see, first of all, it was your wife's fault.
Oh, yeah, I yelled at my wife, too. But
why was your wife telling that to somebody else?
Exactly. I yelled at both of them. But it's just like, you know what? It's like, don't tell other people my crap. That's just, you know, that's totally bull. Plus, she's telling somebody who's already going through a divorce, who's big and fat and ugly anyway and can't get any of her own men. And, you know, it's like, what kind of advice is she going to give you? You know, it's like when I go and talk to somebody about what problems I have, I go to somebody who would be like you, Tom. You know, you've been there. You can give me good advice. Why go to somebody who can't give you the good advice?
Well, that's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Again, if you feel the need to go outside your marriage and talk to other people about the person you're married to, you look like a fool. You know why? Because you're the one who made the mistake. You're the one who married the wrong person and can't admit that you made a mistake.
Exactly. I'm with you, Tom.
Thank you, Anthony. I'll blow you up, baby. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Here's John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What up, Tom?
How much, John?
Dude, I have to say that rant that you had before that car was the best rant you've ever had. Holy cow, that was freaking hilarious, man.
Well, thank you, John.
Oh, man, I just got to tell you this, man. I was with this girl for like a year and a half, and that was just a mess. You know, I broke up with her like 4 months ago, and we're talking 2 to 3 girls every week since then.
I love that.
And it's just because I'm listening to you, man.
So you're getting more ass than a toilet seat, John?
You know what? That's the case.
Yeah.
You know what? Keep up what you're doing. Keep those rants going, because it's those rants that make my day a good day.
Thank you for that, John. I will.
All right.
Appreciate the call. Here comes, let's see, Ted on the Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Hello.
Hello, Dad.
Hello, son.
Hey, I got an interesting story here. First off, I spoke to you probably about a year and a half ago, maybe more, 2 years ago. Just had my second child with my ex-wife that I got back together with a second time, and it's been nothing but complete hell. Well, she got pregnant a third time, and I pulled the Hail Mary. Well, Hail Mary worked, and now I'm in hell. I'm receiving text messages left and right daily telling me about what a murderer I am, what a slut pig I am. God, and her mouth just does not.
So who is sending you the text messages?
My kid's mom. Daily. I'd say probably about 15 to 20.
Why don't you just block her text messages?
You got a good point, but on the flip side of that, Dad, that's evidence, if you know what I'm saying.
I do.
And so, just the foulest mouth I've ever heard on anyone, male or female, and I've been in the military, Dad.
Wow.
So what words of wisdom do you have for me besides, just going out and banging as many chicks as possible?
Well, remember that the text messages are going to help you get what you want, so don't be upset by them. Just keep storing them away.
You got that right. Hey, you know what? You are a good man, and I just want to say keep up the good work, and take me out to Kobe style with the bong hit, please.
Here you go, Ted.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Jason on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing today?
I'm doing okay.
Awesome. Hey, I'm calling from sunny Portland, Oregon. Just wanted to let you know I've been listening to your show since the beginning of the year, and you are an awesome man. I think that you give great advice. I think you're very logical. And I was listening to your show the other day. These people were calling up. I think it was I Hate Tom Hour, and people were calling up and telling why they hated you. And they were given the dumbest, stupidest reasons, and you were just, point by point going along and saying, well, you hate me because of this and this. And I just got to say, I don't know if people listen to your show why they hate you, but they shouldn't be listening to you. You give great advice. I think you're awesome. And, dude, continue what you're doing.
Well, thank you so much, Jason. I appreciate that. I really do. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Ty on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey, Ty.
How are you?
Do you care?
Of course.
I'm doing great.
Good. I wanted to talk to you about talking to people about your problems. And I kind of feel two ways about it.
Not talking to people about your problems. Talking to people about the problems of the person you're with, the person you're dating, the person you're married to.
Yeah, well, I've done that before. I'm kind of guilty of that.
Bad idea.
Talking to my friends and family about problems my husband and I were having. And I never had anyone actually say anything to him about it, but it kind of leaves a bad taste in their mouth about the person about him.
Not to mention the fact, do you think we men, when we walk into a room, can't tell you've been talking about us?
No, I know. And he knows that too. And I know that it makes him feel uncomfortable when he's around all my friends and he knows that they know all of his personal business. So that's not a good look right there.
So did you stop doing it?
I did stop. Well, actually, we were able to work out all of our problems, and our relationship is great now.
So far.
But sometimes you do need to vent, and you need to release all
Hire
of that.
a therapist. Do not talk to your friends, because you will expect the guy you're with to socialize with your friends. You'll want your friends at your home. You'll want some of them over on holidays. Maybe you can have a 4th of July barbecue or Labor Day barbecue. You're going to want him to socialize with the same people who know everything about him. Same thing with your family. How in the world is he supposed to walk in there after they know intimate details of his relationship with you?
True.
If you need someone to talk to, stop being a cheapskate. It's probably covered by your insurance at work. Hire a therapist. Go into a psychotherapist's office and talk about it there.
We did do that. And
No,
we did that
you
for
do
a
it.
year.
You do it on your own. If you need a friend to talk to, hire one who'll shut up.
It's easier to just call up your best friend and say, hey,
No. It was
guess
easy.
what happened last night?
Well, it may be easier, but what's the consequences down the line? Do you know I've had relationships? I'm going to tell you what the consequences are. I've had relationships with women who did what you did, and after a while I said, I don't want to see your friends. I don't want your friends here when I'm here.
Well, did her friends ever say anything to you?
They didn't
about
have
what
to.
They talk about?
They didn't have to.
Well, I could see if they made you feel uncomfortable, or if you felt like they were judging
all you had to do was see the uncomfortable look in their eyes when I walked into the room. You knew.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't think my friends make him feel that way.
You don't know how they make him feel. And I'm telling you that my reaction to it was to say, don't bring your friends around when I'm here. And no, I don't want to go to a movie with your friends. No, I don't want to have dinner with your friends.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're having your friends over, let me know what day it is, and I'm going to stay out with my friends until you're done.
But I just, sometimes when you're going through all of your issues, and you kind of want to talk to someone who understands.
Talk to someone who's far away, who will never see your husband or boyfriend.
Yeah, well, like I said, it does leave a bad taste in their mouth, and then your friends and family members, if he's the type of person that's doing you wrong, maybe cheating on you or something.
Let me give you another example. This hasn't happened to you yet, but it doesn't mean it won't. I have heard from people, and they come to me, they go, he hurt me, he yelled at me, he threatened to kill me. Why don't you leave him? Because I love him, but I had to tell you, because you're the only friend I have. He threatened to hurt me. I don't know what to do. So, a week later, after they have some good makeup sex and everything, you get a call from the same person who was crying hysterically. Hey, how you doing? We were thinking of having a barbecue. Wanted to invite you guys over. And you're like, well, didn't you tell me that you were being abused? Oh, we worked our things out. And now you have to come over and look me in the eye after you've just heard this stuff about me.
Yeah.
And I have heard this from others, okay? People telling me, that's it, I've had it, I'm leaving. I'm not even going to say, there are people very close to me who have told me they were leaving their spouse, leaving. That's how bad it is. They're leaving. Or somebody who told me that their spouse was having an affair. And I'm like, what a bitch. I can't believe it. What a jerk. And then a week later, it's like, oh, we just had a great vacation. We've been hanging out. It's been great. Everything's been great. But didn't you tell me she's a bitch?
Well, I actually have good friends. Well, I don't know. My single friends, they would say, well, if I were you, I wouldn't put up with that. I don't see how you deal with it. But then my married friends, or friends that are in long-term relationships, they'd always say, well, you should try to stay and work things out. So I got two different answers from the separate group of friends.
You could have guessed what those responses were going to be without revealing the details to those people. You must think 10 steps ahead. These are the people you're going to have barbecues with. These are the people you're going to have holidays with. These are the people you're going to invite to your home. These are the people that are going to want to go on vacations with you or go to the movies with you and your husband or boyfriend or whatever.
Yeah,
now, I'm telling you, if he knows that all these people have heard everything, the worst things you've had to say about him, there's going to come a time when he's not going to be so enthusiastic about seeing those people.
Yeah, he didn't like it, but I didn't care.
I know you didn't care. So, you see, what you've just proven is you care more about your friends than you care about him.
No, that's not true.
Yes, it is. It was more important to bond with your friends than to preserve the integrity and the public image of the man you supposedly love.
Well, I don't know.
Yes. Well, you did it. You proved what I just said. That you acted that way. That's what you did.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You chose your friends over your man.
Well, he didn't seem to mind.
He does mind, and he told you he minds.
Well, that's true. That's true.
You are in denial about it.
If they're my friends, these are just my friends. They're not.
If they're just your friends, then shut your yap.
But they never did. Some of the guys that called you earlier were saying how their wives' friends were texting them and calling them, and none of my friends actually ever said anything to him.
That's not the point.
What we talked about.
We can tell you did it. And once you did it once, and we know you did it once, we know you're doing it every day.
Yeah, I have to say, he didn't do that to me. And I know
He didn't do what to you?
He didn't go out and talk to his friends or his family about problems that we were having.
How would you like it if he did? How about when you're being a bitch, he just tells everybody about it, like his mother, who's been having questions about you, and his father, who says, what are you in this relationship for? And his siblings who are saying you should be single. And what if he tells it to his friends? And then says, hey, here's my girlfriend here, Ty, here she is. And everybody knows, oh, yeah, the bitch, the one he's been telling us about.
Well, you know what? Actually, he did kind of open up to his cousin, and as a result, we don't talk at all.
Why not? He was just talking to his cousin. Yeah, man has a right to talk to his cousin.
But why did he have to talk to the crazy cousin?
Oh, yes, and all your friends are so sane.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, dear. You're running from me because you know I've got you right up against the wall.
But I still think that people talk to their friends and family just because you need to just vent and get it out.
If you need to vent, hire a professional. Go see a priest. Go to confession. Do not go to people who socialize with the man you're complaining about.
Yeah. Well, you can talk to the husband or wife about your problems, but the thing about that is it always turns into an argument, and it's the same argument, and you get tired of arguing sometimes.
Maybe you're with the wrong guy.
Well,
oh, no, it couldn't possibly be that, could it?
No, I don't.
You're constantly arguing about the same thing, and you're sick of it, but he's the right guy. You are stubborn and in denial.
Stubborn, yes. Denial, I don't know about that.
I am not in denial. Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
Okay, Tom, but I just want to let you know that I think it's okay. I don't know. I feel kind of two ways about it. You shouldn't do it because then the people look at your husband as, you know, they're going to be judging him. And like you said, they hear all the complaints, all the bad things, but they're not there when, you know, the next day or a day later you're making up and you're having your makeup sex.
Yeah, but not only that, you say all these vile things when you're angry, and then later on you expect people to just forget you ever said that.
That's true. That's true. But I think they understand that you're just venting. And, you know, you
I don't think they do.
Everyone knows that you say things in anger that you don't really mean. So I think they understand that.
I believe everything I hear.
Everything, Tom? But you know that if a person says or does something based on their emotions, they might not feel the same way an hour later or the next day when they've calmed down and actually thought about the situation.
Any woman who talks about me behind my back gets the boot.
Just like that?
Just like that.
That's mean.
Take it or leave it is what I tell them.
That's mean.
Not mean. If you have problems with me, I'm the wrong guy for you.
So you have zero tolerance.
I have zero tolerance about a number of things. That's one of them. Nagging, zero tolerance policy. Critiquing and criticizing, zero tolerance policy. Talking behind my back about me and stuff we've talked about privately, zero tolerance policy.
Jeez. No wonder it's hard for you to stay in a relationship.
I would rather be alone.
Well, it's obviously working for you.
You bet it is, sister.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis.
Oh, yeah, from Hollywood, it's Tom Leykis. On 1-800-5800-TOM, that's our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. You know the deal. Lynn, hello.
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Tom. I have a question. I'm just curious what your whole shtick was before the Leykis 101. Like when you're involved with all these relationships that you learned so much from. What were you doing on the radio?
Well, I will tell you, for several years before I started doing Leykis 101, I was in a deteriorating marriage. And so before 101, there were a variety of shows about marriage and about the problems you run into in marriage. Without specifying which of the problems were mine, it just seemed that I had a breathtaking knowledge of the wide variety of problems people have when they've been married a long time.
So you were doing marriage therapy of some kind?
No, I have never pretended to do marriage therapy. If I knew something about fixing a marriage, I'd still be in one.
So, but you were talking about marriage while you were involved in a bad one. Is that what you're saying?
Talking about it doesn't mean that I was giving advice or claiming to be an expert in fixing a marriage.
So it was a griping about marriage program.
No, it was griping about marriage, and it was talking about relationships without specifically necessarily giving people advice on a show where people call and ask questions.
And what did your wife have to say about that at the time?
Well, sometimes she found it interesting. Sometimes she found it offensive.
Did you get in arguments about it?
Well, not very often. Occasionally.
Okay.
Occasionally I get that call on the hotline during the show, but it didn't stop me from doing it.
And so was that at the final last of your 4 marriages, or was that like in the
that was number 4 right there.
And did you do radio before that 4th marriage?
I've been doing radio since I was 14 years old. I've been on the radio here in L.A. Next month, 20 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I was just curious. Yeah, I was wondering what your deal was prior to the Leykis 101, which is when I started tuning in. So.
Yes. Well, we started Leykis 101 10 years ago in 1998.
Okay. I just started listening to you about 3 years ago. So.
And that was like the last 3 years of my marriage.
All right. Well, I find you very interesting and extremely entertaining, so I was just curious a little bit more about you.
Now you know.
Hmm.
Thank you, Lynn.
Okay, thanks.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Gary on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Thomas.
Gary.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Gary.
Dude, I love you, man. I've been listening to you forever. I switched over to Sirius Satellite, man. It's the sickest thing ever. I still, you know what, 3 o'clock hour, buddy, I switch over to you and listen to you every day. I've missed it, though. When does Headlight Friday start?
It already did. Where have you been?
Dude, I live in Pasadena.
What, are you listening to Bubba the Love Sponge or something? We were already here with it.
Nice, dude. I'm sorry. I gotta say, I don't listen to you every day, but I
Step it up. Step it up. Attendance is mandatory.
Dude, I just want to say, I've been with, I got married 2 years ago, and I love my wife. She's actually she's a cousin of one of my best friends that I've known forever and ever, so it was, whatever, if you want to, it just came together how it came together. But we've been together for 6 years, right? We've been married for 2, and 6 years ago when we first got together, we got together in February, right before that stupid Hallmark holiday, Valentine's Day, and I straight up told her that I don't believe in that kind of crap, that it's a Hallmark holiday, that, I don't buy flowers.
How long will it take before you admit you married the wrong person? You think about that.
The Tom Leykis Show. 97.1 Free FM. SoCal's FM talk station.